everybody. This is Melissa. Unfortunately, because of this COVID-19 stuff going around and house quarantine and all that, Terry and I cannot get together and cook, and it's really sad. But I thought, why not try to get on here and do a video anyway, because I know these recipes make a lot of people in our family happy. So you can watch the video and make some recipes and have some fun. And yes, I just touched my face, sorry. But anyway, I'm gonna try to do a video today, and then hopefully maybe I can talk Terry into doing one next week so we can keep the videos going. So tonight, I was gonna have pork chops for supper. And so since we're not cooking together, we didn't want to get out, or I didn't want to get out and get special ingredients for the recipe that was supposed to come next. So we're going to skip around, and tonight I'm going to make Ninnie's skillet chops on page 51. And these were submitted, this recipe was submitted by Jo Nell McDaniel. And oh my goodness, I love Jo Nell so much, and I miss her smile. So I know these pork chops are probably gonna taste delicious since she put them in here. I know she was a great cook. Also, the first cousin was Kate, which was my Aunt Kate, who I also miss a lot. So tonight when I eat these pork chops, I get to think about those two people in my life and have a memory while I'm eating and sharing this with my husband. So what you need are 4 thick pork chops, but tonight it's just my husband and I, and we've been rationing food to make sure we don't have to go to the grocery store. So I have 2 pork chops, and they're not thick. I'm using the breakfast pork chops. So I'm going to actually half this recipe tonight. But if you want to do it the whole recipe, I'll tell you what you need. You need 1 teaspoon of mustard, and this is the only kind I had in the refrigerator. 1 onion sliced, and Melissa did not read the directions well, so my onions are chopped. 1 tablespoon of ketchup, 2 cups of hot water, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And this is going to be baked in the oven, and you need a pan that you can cover and cook in the oven. So I'm going to use my cast iron skillet. I have my oven already preheated to 350 degrees. So the first thing it says to do is quickly brown your pork chops on both sides. So I'm going to put my pork chops in here, and I've got it on low, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that up and get those brown. And while those are browning, I'm going to go over here and grab a tablespoon and some hot water. Okay, so right now I'm browning my pork chops on each side. I've got one side brown, I'm turning the other one over. It did not say to put any grease or oil in the skillet, so I didn't. So I hope that's okay. Okay, those are brown. Okay, now that I've got these brown on both sides, it says I'm going to place in a covered pan, which I'm going to use my same skillet, so I didn't have to take them out of here. But if you were not using a skillet that can go in the oven, you're going to need a pan that can go in the oven. So I've got my pork chops brown on each side. I'm going to surround with my onions. So right now I'm going to put all of these onions in here. And it did say sliced onions, but I chopped mine up. I didn't pay attention well enough. I don't do that. I don't have Terry here to read the directions to me today. Okay, I've got that cooking in the skillet. And now it says that we're going to place in a covered pan surrounded with onions. And then while that's cooking, I'm going to put stir the rest of the ingredients together. So I have my 2 cups of hot water in my measuring cup. So I'm just going to mix everything in with that. I need 1 teaspoon of mustard. Now I'm not doing the whole recipe, I'm halving this. So I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of mustard. Right. There we go, found it. I know y'all miss Terry doing silly stuff over here behind me. I'll be so glad when we can cook together again. So that is half a teaspoon of mustard. Put that in there. Then I need you're gonna need 1 tablespoon of ketchup. So I'm gonna do half a tablespoon because I'm halving the recipe. And let's see, it said 2 cups of hot water, and I did a half a cup, so I may need to go over here and add some more water. I'm gonna wait and see if I need to add some more later. 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. So I'm gonna do half a teaspoon once again. This stuff comes out really slow. I chose this recipe tonight because we were having pork chops, so I just said, why not just find a recipe in here that'll go with what I was already having. So there's half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and it says a half a cup of brown sugar. I'm just gonna put 1/4 a cup. I'd already measured that out. And 1 teaspoon of salt, so I'm gonna do a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, got it. And then it says we're going to stir all of this together. Now, I may not be supposed to be cooking this while the onions are in there because I am putting it in the oven, but honestly, because I have 2 very small pork chops, I think this is going to be enough water. I don't think I'm going to need any more. Okay, now I'm going to take this and we're going to pour it over the top of the pork chops. And then it says I'm going to cover it up and I'm going to bake it. This says for 45 minutes and then uncover for the last 15 minutes at 350 degrees. Because these are really thin pork chops, I'm probably only going to cook them about 15-20 minutes, and then I will take them out, take the cover off, and let them cook about 10 more minutes, and we'll see how that goes. I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, now I'm going to take this aluminum foil. Terry taught me this. If you don't have a cover, you can use aluminum foil. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to very carefully, because the skillet is hot, I'm going to get a pot holder out. Now tonight, I've already cooked us some purple whole peas from the garden from last summer. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so ready for time to get in the garden again this year. And I also have made our cornbread already, and we're just gonna have a box of macaroni and cheese to finish off our meal tonight. So I've got this covered up pretty well, the best I can. And I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees. You can see it's covered up really well. Right in there. Shut the oven, and I'm going to put it on 20 minutes and let that cook for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to take the cover off, let it cook for just about maybe 5 minutes more, maybe 10, depending on how they look. And then we're gonna see what it tastes like when we eat our supper tonight and see if my husband loves it. Don't forget to like our channel, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and I hope that we don't have to keep any more videos from you guys for a while. I hope that we'll be able to do something to keep getting these videos to you, because when we started this project, we definitely did not know any of this was gonna happen. It's been crazy, but we're alive, we're happy, we're well today. I hope you guys are. And let's just keep cooking and keep living our lives every day and thanking God for all our blessings. I'll be back in a minute with pork chops. Okay guys, the timer went off, so I'm just gonna video this way for now since I'm by myself. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it out. Don't look at my oven, I know I need to clean it, sorry. All right, let's take it out. Y'all know my mama used to clean her oven like crazy every week. Okay. Pull that off. Now I'm gonna let that cook for another maybe 10 minutes in the oven, uncovered, and see what happens. It looks good and it smells delicious. Here we go. I'm back. This likes about 17 seconds to come out of the oven. I've already put my mac and cheese, my cornbread, my purple whole peas on here. So this is going to be a great meal tonight. I cannot wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Let's take it out and see how it goes. Now, like I said, I did half the recipe and I use really thin pork chops. So if you do this, you probably want to use the whole recipe with yours. All right, it looks good. Now, I'm going to show it to you. Just a second, I will bring that over here and let you look at it. This is what it looks like when I took it out of the oven. Now, maybe Melinda and Pam can tell me if I did this wrong, but I bet it's going to be delicious. Now, I'm going to put this on my plate. All right, here we go. Make sure I get some of those onions on there. Can you see? Like that. And guys, that is going to be a yummy, yummy supper. Let me taste the pork chops. My husband doesn't want to be on camera, so I'm just going to taste it right here, and then we'll eat it together. Let me make sure it's done for one thing. It should be. Oh, yeah, it's done. All right, cut it. Get a bite of that onion in there. Mmm, that is so good. Mmm. This is definitely a hit. I cannot wait to eat this supper. So, if you want some great tasting pork chops, make Ninnie's Skillet chops on page 51. And I'm sure that maybe Melinda and Pam can give us some family information on who Ninnie is or where this recipe came from, because it is great, I promise. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm hoping Terry will do a video next week and you'll get to see her on camera. So, bye.